From 1st of July 2020, Government of India came out with Floating Rate Savings Bond Scheme 2020. In this episode, I am going to talk about every aspect of this particular scheme, who is eligible for it, what is the rate of interest you are going to get, taxability and various other features of this scheme. This is NRI Money Clinic for you, and I am Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, investment consultant and a financial planner.
NRI Money Clinic. No hype, just the right advice.
To best of my knowledge, this is the first time we are seeing a floating rate bond scheme in India. I can't remember any time earlier having seen a floating rate bond scheme in India. This is the first time to best of my knowledge. Who are all the eligible individuals to invest in this floating rate bond scheme? All the resident individuals, either as single account holders or as joint account holders, can invest in this scheme. HUF, Hindu Undivided Families, can also invest in this particular scheme. Unfortunately, for NRIs, they are not allowed to invest in this particular scheme. What is the rate of interest you are going to get when you invest in this Government of India floating rate savings bond scheme? As the name implies, the rate of interest what you are going to get is not constant. It will be constantly reset at half yearly intervals. On 1st of January and on 1st of July, the interest rate will be reset. The interest rate here depends on a base rate. Now the base rate is the rate which is fixed for National Savings Certificate, NSCs. Now the rate that you are going to get on the floating rate savings bond is 0.35% over and above the rate that is fixed for NSCs. Currently, the NSCs are quoting 6.8% rate of interest. So 0.35 over and above for this first period from 1st July till this December 31st, these bonds will be giving you 7.15% rate of interest, and it will be reset on 1st of January again. When you buy these bonds, the bonds will have a maturity of 7 years. You buy today, they will mature in 7 years from now. There is no cumulative version of this particular bond. What it means is they will not accumulate interest. Rather, they will pay income to you at every half yearly rest. So on 1st of January and 1st of July, whatever the interest that gets accrued will get paid out. There is no cumulative version for that. Likewise, these bonds cannot be traded in the secondary market. You can't buy them or you can't sell them in the secondary market. Once you buy these bonds, they will remain with you for next 7 years. When you are paid with the interest at half yearly rest, please note that the TDS is also applicable. The TDS will be deducted while paying the interest income to you. The minimum amount that you can invest in this particular scheme is just 1000 rupees. There is no maximum cap on the amount of investment you can make into this particular scheme. These bonds cannot be transferred from one person to the other person, except in case of transfer to a nominee upon death of the bond holder. Otherwise, transferability of bond from one person to another person is not allowed in case of these bonds. If you have invested in these RBI saving bonds, can you give it as a collateral to any bank to avail the loans? The answer is no. You are not allowed to give it as a collateral to any institution to take it as a loan. What is the tax treatment on these bonds? There are no special tax exemptions given for investing in these taxable saving bonds. You don't get any benefit at the time of investment. The interest that you get from these bonds will be taxed as per your income slabs. Whatever the rate of income slab you are in, the interest will be added as your income of that year, and you have to pay applicable taxes on the income you derive. I mentioned to you the maturity of these bonds as 7 years. What if you need money prior to that? Is there a way out in between? There is no exit route which is available in case of investments in these saving bond schemes. Only for senior citizens, some relaxation has been applied. Now, if you are a senior citizen between 60 to 70 years of age, you can exit after an investment period of 6 years. If you are a person between 70 to 80 years of age, you can exit after 5 years. If you are a senior citizen over the age of 80 years, you can exit after 4 years. There is a penalty clause here. The penalty clause is 50% of the interest that is payable to you during the last 6 months will be the penalty that you have to pay for a premature exit from this particular bonds. How to subscribe for these floating rate savings bonds? You can walk into any of the leading public sector banks or private sector banks, or you can also buy it from the websites of stockbrokers or stock holding corporation. You don't need to have any demat account to buy these bonds. These will be made available to you through a completely digital mode known as bond ledger accounts. You will be given a certificate as a proof of your investment in these particular bonds. What are the advantages and disadvantages of investing in floating rate savings bond 2020 scheme? The biggest advantage is there is no credit risk, which means to say you are lending money to Government of India and there is no risk of default. What is the disadvantage? Number one disadvantage is there is no exit route if you are below 60 years of age. You have to hold on to this particular certificate till the day of maturity. This is one of the disadvantages. The other disadvantage is you cannot lock into a particular rate of interest. Whatever the interest you are going to get is a floating rate and it gets reset at every 6 months intervals on 1st of January and 1st of July. Now, if you are buying this particular bonds during the low point of interest rate cycle, like the way what you are seeing now, the best advantage that you can get is tomorrow if the interest rate cycle moves up during the next 7 years, you will get the applicable rate of interest. So these floating rate interest bonds are very favorable for you when the interest rates are on the downside. Only if interest rates move down further from here, then you don't have an opportunity to lock into the current rate of interest. Except in case the interest rates moves from here, that is the time you will have an opportunity loss here. Otherwise, I personally feel floating rate interest bonds are something which is very, very good to invest in. Dear viewers, if you like the subject that I discussed today, please like this video. If you are watching this program for the first time or if you are yet to subscribe for this channel, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and relatives. Thank you very much for watching this episode on NRI Money Clinic. I will be back with you with one another episode very, very soon.
Press the bell icon for more details and subscribe our channel.